There are games people play, and then there is GTA San Andreas.
Oh shit. Here we go again. Worst place in the world. Rolling Heights baller country.
A game so powerful that half of Indian kids in 2000s genuinely believed America looked like this. Yellow sky, muscle cars, random gang fights, cheat codes written on notebook pages. And somehow, one game turned an entire generation into gamers. Not PUBG, not Free Fire, not even GTA 5. It was San Andreas. And the crazy part, most of the players didn't even play it properly. We played it like absolute psychopaths. See, in most countries, GTA San Andreas was just another legendary Rockstar game. But in India, this game became a cultural event. Cyber cafes were full of it. Computer shops used it as to test GPUs. Every cousin had a modded version, and every single kid knew at least one cheat code by heart. Hisoyam. Bro, that wasn't a cheat code. That was survival instinct. And honestly, I don't think modern gaming audiences understand just how massive San Andreas was in India. Because this wasn't just a game people liked. This was the game that introduced India to open world freedom. You have to understand the era first. Early and late 2000s, India was very different. Most people didn't own consoles. PS2 was expensive, gaming PCs were rare, internet was slow enough to make you question life itself. So most Indian kids experienced gaming through cyber cafes, pirated CDs, 500 games in one DVDs, or that one cousin with a computer who became the masiha of the family. And suddenly GTA San Andreas arrived. And compared to every other game people have seen at that time, this thing looked illegal. You could steal cars, ride bikes, fly planes, start gang wars, change clothes, get tattoos, eat food, go to gym. Bro, you could also swim. You had to understand how insane that sounded back then. At that time, most games were press start, shoot enemy, mission complete. Meanwhile, GTA San Andreas said, here's an entire state, do whatever you want to do. And Indian kids lost their minds. But the biggest reason San Andreas became huge in India was because it ran on bad PCs. That's it. That's the secret. This game accidentally became optimized for the average Indian household. And that matters way more than people realize. Because India's gaming culture was built on Jugaad gaming. Low end PCs, shared computers, random cracked versions, FPS lower than room temperature. But San Andreas, it somehow survived all of it. Even if your PC sounded like it was about to explode, CJ would still somehow ride that bicycle. Maybe at 14 FPS, but he'd ride it. And because the game was accessible, everyone played it. Rich kids, middle class kids, cyber cafe kids, school friends, your cousin who only knew two English words. Everybody. Now let's talk about the real addiction, cheat codes. Indian gamers were obsessed with cheat codes, not missions, not story, cheat codes. Most people didn't even finish the game, they just wanted chaos. Spawn tank, jetpack, infinite ammo, wanted level max, and then immediately survive for 12 seconds before dying horribly. That was cinema. And the funniest part, nobody memorized the actual words. Everyone had weird notebook versions. Rocketman, Panzer, Hisoyam. These words genuinely became part of Indian gamer vocabulary, like ancient, sacred texts passed between school benches. You'd go to school and someone would whisper, Bro, helicopter wala cheat code mila kya? Peak human communication. But honestly, the reason San Andreas connected emotionally with Indian gamers was freedom. A lot of us grew up in strict routines school, tuition, homework, relatives asking for career questions at the age of 11 only. And then San Andreas came in like, what if you just drove into sunset listening to music? That feeling hit hard. For many Indian kids, this was the first game that felt alive, not linear, not controlled, alive. You could ignore missions for hours, just roaming around felt fun. And for a generation that had never experienced true open world gaming before, that feeling became unforgettable. And then Indian gamers somehow made the game even more chaotic. Mods. Oh my god, the mods. Suddenly CJ became Spider Man, Hulk, Naruto, a guy driving a train through Mumbai traffic for some reason. Nothing made sense anymore. And somehow that feel that this had made the game better. Indian gamers treated San Andreas less like a game and more like a sandbox of pure nonsense, which honestly matches Indian internet culture perfectly. But the real nostalgia, cyber cafes. If you know, you know. That loud keyboard sound, CRT monitors brighter than the sun. One guy screaming after failing a mission, another guy using cheat codes every 4 seconds. And somehow every system had San Andreas installed. You would enter the cafe and instantly hear,
Oh shit, here we go again.
before the meme even existed, that game basically became background music for an entire generation. And here's the weird thing, most Indian kids started San Andreas for chaos, but stayed because of CJ. Carl Johnson is still one of the most relatable protagonists Rockstar has ever made. He wasn't some superhero, he felt human. He cared about family, respect, loyalty, making it out of a broken environment. And Indian audiences connect very strongly with emotional family driven stories. Even if most kids barely understood all the English back then, they still understood emotion. They understood betrayal, loss, brotherhood. That's why moments in San Andreas still hit emotionally today. And this is controversial. But I genuinely think GTA 5 never connected with the Indian gamers the same way San Andreas did. Yes, GTA 5 is bigger, better graphics, and better technology also. But San Andreas felt personal, messy, chaotic, unpredictable, and most importantly, accessible. GTA 5 felt like a blockbuster. San Andreas felt like childhood. Big difference. That's why Indian gamers didn't just like GTA San Andreas, they grew up with it. This game lived in cyber cafes, school conversations, cracked DVDs, old keyboards, notebook cheat codes, summer vacations. It was freedom before most of us even understood what freedom meant. And honestly, a huge part of Indian gaming culture exists today because of this one game, which is insane to think about. Because all of it started with one guy stealing a bicycle in low FPS while entering cheat codes faster than a hacker in a Bollywood movie. And somehow that became one of the greatest gaming memory India has ever had.